DA Sports coverage of the NFL has us on the west coast of the Sunshine State. Downtown Tampa's the spot, Raymond James Stadium. Tonight, it's the first of two here on this Monday night, as it'll be the defending NFC champions, the Philadelphia Eagles, taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. They go with a former Lion. It's DeAndre Swift. And not a lot of daylight. Not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up second down. You look at this defense for Tampa Bay. Now, they've been a very good unit against the pass, defending at fifth best in the league.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Throwing is Hurts. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
What we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
They'll look to throw again. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it. And the Bucs are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy is not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
Now a first down run is going nowhere. He's going to be dropped in the backfield, a loss of 2.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Now Mayfield. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. 3rd and 7 now.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
I'm quite sure that they envisioned a much better start to this game when they practiced all week. But they failed on that 3rd down play. That brings up 4th down, and they'll probably have to punt it away.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. A punt of 46, a return of 5. And the Eagles will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Hurts. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. The Eagles send out their punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt, 6 on the return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. The Buccaneers in good field position here to start out, 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. Mayfield now from the 50. That's out to the flat for Edmonds. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Now a 3rd-round pick a year ago. Here's Rachaad White. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Mayfield down. And he's going to have the hook up to Gage. And he is going to have the Buccaneers 1st down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4. The Buccaneers at 0-2 here to begin the season. And listen, they made their share of mistakes in these first 2 games, CD, but talking with them in the days leading up to this one, doesn't seem like they've lost any confidence.
I would agree with that, and what they told us was that they weren't planning on making any drastic changes. They didn't see the need to shake things up. They were going to continue to plow ahead. They felt they had the right guys on the team and in the locker room, but they do have to start winning some games.
From the 35, here's 2nd and 6. First carry now for Keyshawn Vaughn. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down. You look at this Eagle defense. Coming into this one, ranked number 19 in the NFL against the pass.
When they lack in pass defense, they do make up for in run defense. They're a top 10 unit against the people trying to move the ball on the ground. But this is a passing league. So there's a conundrum for them. How do they get better defending the pass?
Throwing, Mayfield. Over the middle, it's complete. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 15-yard line. A gain of 18 and a new set of downs.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
Jalen Carter in on that tackle.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. And the Eagles are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, the good news for them, they got the football. The bad news, they have to go 99 yards here as they start this drive out on their own 1-yard line. Back to throw now in his own end zone. Going deep here for Watkins. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. He's got a full head of steam. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Quez Watkins, his second touchdown on the season. And the Eagles are on the board first here on the road in Tampa. Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. Now we're going to get a timeout. Here's we've got an injured Buccaneer. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. A big mistake last time they were on the field, tossing that interception inside the red zone and really taking away what had been a pretty successful drive up to that point.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. As they head out on the field for this drive, that whole offensive unit is just thinking redemption. You know, they moved it really well, didn't pay it off. This time, they want to make sure that ball ends up in the end zone, and they're the ones possessing it.
On second down, this is Edmonds. They find some open field here. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
But you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
Now a run straight ahead with Edmonds. And he will possibly get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. On the other hand, it will definitely take us to the end of the first quarter of play. The offense on third down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Mayfield to throw it. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. 4th down, so Jake Camarda is out there. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Fielded at the 20. Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Play action. Here's Hurts. He's going to look deep for Watkins. This is caught inside the 15. So they hit pay dirt, but don't count it yet. There's laundry on the field. We'll see what the penalty flag is about. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
From the gun, it's Hurts. And that's out to the flat for Swift.
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling him back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort, turned it into a successful play.
Look at the big man rumble. He's on his way. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Dallas Goddard, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Eagles go up by 2 touchdowns. Elliott good with a PAT, and it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
On the handoff, it's Edmonds. There he goes, right side. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 41 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll run with Edmonds again. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game.
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Jalen Carter in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career.
Chase McLaughlin on for the field goal. A 57-yard.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. That was perfect. From distance, he steps up, knocks it right down Main Street.
And Main Street's celebrating right now with him, aren't they? I love the mechanics of the whole thing. Snap, hold, everything was right on target, and the blocking was perfect, and he executed so well.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards. Seemed like they picked an excellent time there, Charles, to go with the draw play.
They certainly did. Caught him a little over-eager trying to get into the backfield and get to the quarterback. They used their speed and their aggressiveness against them, didn't they?
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Hurts throw taken in by Watkins here. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 42. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. They will run straight ahead with Swift. And he gets it down to the 32.
Now that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Once you get into the red zone, space is at a premium for receivers to try and operate and shake themselves free. That one's incomplete.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. They run out of the gun with Swift. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Open man, he's got him. That's Smith for the Philadelphia touchdown. Devontae Smith. A 14-yard touchdown as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
On the return, the Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
On 3rd down, Mayfield flushed out right. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
And taken right on the 30. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They have been red hot, sometimes white hot here in this first half. They're just looking to add to that total right now.
And this has to serve as a reminder to myself because so many times I get wrapped up in the play calling, how they've sequenced things, how it's run. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's still execution. Those guys out on the field, and right now they are locked in and really looking good.
They'll try to continue to be locked in here as we get ready to approach halftime. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves.
No, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And the Buccaneers will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 45-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. Following the interception, Mayfield looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Here's Mayfield.
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. It's Sidney Brown with it. And the Eagles will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
They'll take over first and 10 at their own 43-yard line.
The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up first and 10 at their own 43. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. It's caught on the right side at Smith. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia.
They go play action with Hurts. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Here's Jake Elliott. Career long, by the way, for him, 61 yards. This from 54 yards away. The kick by Elliott is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here, and it's our visitors, the Eagles, leading this
Second
one.
half straight ahead from Raymond James Stadium.
East of here
Both teams
to
finishing up their
Orlando. It's
halftime
Jonathan
adjustments.
Coachman with
So
our
for the
EA Sports
Colts,
halftime
let's get back
report.
over to Tampa and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
So after a very one-sided first half, what will the second half bring as we are back underway on EA Sports?
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
A throw over the middle taken in.
It's another first down as they bite off 23 more on that one.
I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Pressure comes and down goes Baker Mayfield.
Nolan Smith
brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career. To Edmonds on the toss, and he is going to lose yardage here. It goes as a loss of 6, and now third down.
Well, if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
But you know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Airing it out deep for Smith. It got his man complete. A big play there for Philly. 55 yards.
Boy, this has just been an offensive clinic. It's seemingly been one big play after another, and add this one onto the list. When you can bite off more than half the field on one play, things are definitely working in your favor.
Hurts' throw brought in by Brown. A good pickup there at 22.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
On first down, Hurts. Quick slant to Brown. Touchdown! A.J. Brown, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Eagles are able to add on to that lead. Elliott on for the extra point. And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Makes the score Eagles 31, Buccaneers 3. Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Mayfield. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. He's on his way. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick six TD. Elliott now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Buccaneers 3. Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. He will return this from deep in the end zone.
Trey Palmer on the return. The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Jordan Davis, just a monster on that play, stopping it from going anywhere. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. To throw, Mayfield. And his throw here's incomplete.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the third quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
Mayfield looks to throw. Airing this one out for Evans. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Boy, he covered a lot of ground, 82 yards on the punt return. And the Eagles get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Buccaneers 3. Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards.
21-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Now on third down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete.
And you can tell just by looking at him that this offense is a frustrated unit. Things are really unraveling here, and as a head coach, time to earn your paycheck. You've got to find a way to keep it together as that brings up another 4th down.
So a solid punt, but also a nice return. Yards, and it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, with this better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation because, look, what they did last time out, now with a shorter field, they should have a lot of confidence that they're going to put more points up on the board.
Now it's the backup Mariota. Got his man, it's Gainwell. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. The offense on third down tonight, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 15. Mariota. And he's got his man. It's the tight end Goddard. A big play there for Philly. 42 yards. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long. And I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them. And now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3.
I like the call. Inside the red zone, running the toss. Why? They want to get to the edges. They want to see if guys who don't normally make a lot of tackles are willing to actually do that. That usually means the guys at the cornerback position.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Ready?
To throw, Mariota. Here's a screen with Gainwell. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Give him 5 on the screen play, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
The key to any screen play is all in the deception. That means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to it and hold it for just a short gain.
They call it a loss of a yard there. And that's going to make it 4th down. So on comes the Eagle kicker, Jake Elliott, on 4th down. Oh, this ball hangs out to the right. It's no good. But that shouldn't matter a great deal as they still lead by a bundle here. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
2nd down, Mayfield. And there's a short one taken in by Otten. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And he's going to have the hook up to Gage. Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now. But as you mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ball game.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way, because if not, they might be looking for replacements. Treat every drive as if it's your last and make it a successful one in some small way. This has obviously been a bad loss, but one of the few things they can still do is try and throw the ball all the way to the end zone and get some points on the board so they're not shut out over the final 2 quarters of this game.
And he'll get it down here to the 43. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
That incompletion brings us 1 step closer to the end of this one. Maybe mercifully, partner. And let's face it, though, no surprise, they're still flinging it around. They have pride, too.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9, and they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. This one taken in by Otten. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10, mark him down at the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Here's White. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
They'll roll him out right. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass. And the Bucs are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. And CD, they just haven't had a whole lot to cheer about here. But it may be cliche, but give them credit for this. They've continued to fight and scratch and claw, and they get the touchdown here in the 4th quarter.
And I'm okay with that cliche. Maybe it'll alleviate the sting a little bit, because at least they can look in the mirror and realize they fought all the way through. Horrible game for them. Not one they'll want to remember, but at least they'll keep their heads up and have some pride when they leave this stadium.
Now this is going to be returned from the back line of the end zone. And ultimately he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
This has really just been a lopsided affair. What a performance they put on, and now they get the football back here with a big lead in the fourth quarter. You know, in the past, we might be discussing dinner plans, talking about steak and sushi, whatever the case is, CD. This ball game is pretty much well in the books.
Yeah, we really could have started bringing up dinner a long time ago if we wanted to, partner. And I think a few of the guys out in the field already making plans for the evening.
Ready.
Mariota now on second down. Zacchaeus here hauling it in. So nothing doing there. And 3rd and 8 now.
And that's when it's fun to play defense. When you're able to diagnose a play right from the beginning, get all your guys to the football and spill the play, that's when you have a lot of fun playing on that side of the ball.
Ready.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
He's going to have the first down and then some. And they will get him down, but not before he gets very good yardage there, as that will lead us right into the 2-minute warning.
Ready. Hut.
On 1st and 10, it's Gainwell.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Set.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
Ready. Set, go.
Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee.
On the double.
And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9.
Well, partner, under the lights in prime time.